Hello and welcome to Flory Models. Here we are on Friday the 14th of June 2019 for sort of the Friday roundup. To be honest, this week has been a little bit disjointed completely because I've been modelling. Sounds silly, but yeah, it's one of those things. Did a day's filming as well. So I was out all day yesterday filming with Mark at Model Designs. So really, there's not much going on as I normally do. Normally we get a couple of reviews up every week, a couple of video parts from the actual build, stuff like that. But because it's been sort of big projects and finishing things off, that's how we made our way along with it. And I've just noticed, I can do this live, look, I've noticed I forgot to unmask two areas on the Wessex. So the Wessex we've been pushing on with very, very heavily. I can do this because I thought I did it live on air. So this will be a test because hopefully we haven't got anything in the other sections. So yes, a little bit of wash got underneath that one, but that'll be all right. We'll get in there with a cotton bud in a moment. So yes, talk about live, no pressure. Be horrible if this looked rank at this point. So anyway, cotton bud, because it's wash that's got under here, just wet the cotton bud, give it a rub, get rid of the dusty stuff as well. Look at that. And that's the perks of doing the wash on top. Tiny little bit of overspray, just down into there. We'll just scratch that out. There we go. Piece of cake, see? Right, hold on, you didn't all see that. I'll pretend I'll edit this out. Not that I do any editing. Right, there we go, that's more like it. Proper looking Wessex. So anyway, this week it was literally all about finishing off the B52, which we'll talk about in a moment. So getting that one done and mounted up out of the way. And then obviously getting on with this guy. I wanted to get these big projects out of here so we can get on with the smaller stuff, the 1/48 scale stuff especially, that we want to work on over the next few months. So this was it, focusing on this guy. And I have to say, as more as this has progressed, the more I've really fallen in love with it. And this is one of those strange kits where I can honestly say, if somebody said, Phil, build me one, I've got another one there, I'll build another one in a heartbeat, because I've actually, now I know the kit as well, and it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, fallen in love with it totally. And the more and more we've progressed with it, and we've done the weathering, and now we've got all the little bits on it and stuff like that, it's actually really sort of taken my heart. Absolutely good looking helicopter, interesting subject, and again, looking at the reference materials and stuff like that, with the different markings and schemes and variants that are out there, yeah, it's one of those helicopters which I think's really been overlooked. Everyone thinks of Sea Kings and stuff like that. The Wessex is absolutely fantastic. So anyway, we've still got a lot to do on this one. Might look complete, she's not really. We've still got to do, literally the oil wash has got to go right over this thing, and then we've got to do really the things like antennas, aerials, and all the wiring into it, because obviously got the hoses and stuff down there to do. And I want to do a little bit of wiring up here, actually on the rotor head itself, as we make our way through. But she is looking nice. If I take that bit off, because that's the wobbly bit that falls off, the tail falls off as well quite a lot. And then you can see here she is, all done. Put the exhausts on a few minutes ago, and now it's got the exhausts on. They really do look the part, as you can see. Have thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's just one of those iconic looking helicopters. There goes the tail. Bits falling off everywhere, as I said, but it has really come along. Very happy with the colour. I know this camera sometimes plays a little bit of yeah, devil's advocate with the colouring onto it with the white balance, and it makes it look purple, but actually it doesn't look too bad on there, and we can see gone amongst it. The only things I've had to do, and this is one of those things you do when you're doing like limited run or short run kits, things like that, is you have to make a few little adjustments. And then another one came to light because when we went to put this on the tail, yeah, it just doesn't go. There's a lot of photo etch actually in this tail, and as you can see we've sprayed on the metal-y areas onto this one. So what I've ended up doing is cutting the tail, drilling it out, and then putting in a brass pin into here so the tail system fits on, and now it's a workable part, which is weird. So there's that one. And then again, the trouble that we've got with here, because it's a resin part into plastic, that type of thing, it goes on, it's fine there, but what you find when you bring it round, for some reason, oh, soft floor, it's going to be fine now, isn't it? But when we do this, it bends down low, and I can't understand why, because it just seems to be a weight type distribution thing. But anyway, she's okay, she's fine. But I must admit, we're going to be really disappointed when this one ends. And the thing is, I will take it up to PM to people to see. Chances are she's going to come back here though and live in the cabinet, because it's just one of those helicopters that looks absolutely great. And it'll be fine. And there goes the tail again. Again, this is the thing, you need to glue it in, but the thing is I can't glue it. Like everything, when you're transporting it, you want these to come off, and that's the nice thing as well. It's pretty robust, it just pulls off with no problem at all on this one. So really, I think another probably full day on this will get this one finished off. I'll get some time over the weekend, I'll spend a couple of hours onto it, but it's going to be oil wash and then just putting all the hoses and the various things into it and a tiny little bit of weathering, things like that, and it will be finished off and she'll be done. But I must admit, for limited run kits and stuff, again, I can highly recommend it. It's not as bad as you think. Test fit, drive fit, do not commit to glue until you're happy, and then commit to glue and you'll be absolutely fine. And don't be afraid of filler. You know, these kits need sanding, they need filling, they need a little bit of work. That's the thing with them. They're not just a Tamiya kit where you shake a box and add glue and it's done. You do have to put a little bit of work into it, but honestly, it is worth it. Trust me, if you ever wanted to do this type of thing and you're obviously worried about limited run kits, I would say just throw yourself in and just take your time with the build. And just when things aren't quite right, question yourself, okay? And then think, why isn't it? What can I do? And don't be frightened to change things like I've done. I've pulled a few things of this apart and said, no, I'm doing it this way, or I've made my own. I don't like the part that's in there, so we've just used basic scratch building techniques, little things, just like playing with this tail, you know, thinking that just, you know, yeah, you could just glue it on, but it's not going to look right. So I've decided to drill it out, we'll pin it, we'll do it properly. Chances are I'm going to do the same here because this thing's wobbling around. I'll probably put a pin into this properly instead of it just flopping around in there, so it's there firm into position and doesn't cause us any troubles. So there we go. But no, absolutely loving that one. As for the B52, if we just swish over here, the B52 we've got, if we just go up to video builds, we finished that one off. She is down in here now, so if you click in here, you've obviously got all the high-res photos. Somebody the other day was on about the high-res photos. If you want to get the big photos, if you just go to the main site, they are all here, and you can see that stressed skin and all the bits just like that. And if you're wondering about where she's living, I did post a photo up on social media, but she is now on the wall. So it is literally up here. Up out of the way, no problem at all. She's sitting up there. To be honest, it's a cable tie. That's all she's held up by at the moment to a bolt in the wall. And she's sitting there because the thing is, she is going to go to the PM store in a couple of weeks, which we'll talk about in a minute. And then next to it is the A10 that's always hanging up there. So what will happen is it will go up to the actual store, and then what we'll do is over the next you know, few weeks it will come back down here, and the plan is I'm going to have the B52 on one side, A10 in the middle, and we'll have the bear on the other, and we can see them all together with that beautiful way of displaying them. So if you are worried about how to display your model, don't be frightened about hanging it on the wall. I will do a proper way of doing it. I have got an idea for actually putting a system on, but you know, it basically clamps on, and then that way you can do it. You could 3D print one, put one on, and then it hangs on the wall. But the great thing about these dust magnets and these big models, and even something like this, you could easily put it on the wall as well, but mainly for aircraft with big surface areas, they just catch the dust. If you hang them, that A10 now has been hanging up there for the last couple of years, and very, very rare do I have to dust it. To be honest, the canopy, which is a pull-off fit, you take it off and just give it a rub, and you're good to go. But it stops them just taking up obviously too much room and, you know, basically turning into dust magnets. So from that point of view, if you've got a bit of wall space, not only do they look like wall art and very nice on the wall, it's actually a really handy way of storing them as well. So don't be frightened of doing that one. Anyway, so as you say, you've got all the photos down in there. I have put up the last part for anybody who's watching this who isn't a member and you want to see exactly how we finished it off, and obviously my thoughts about the kit and stuff like that I always do for the final part. You can watch that, it's free to watch there. Members, click down here, it will take you straight into them and you can see the entire, all the video builds. There we go, panicking, it was going to load through. And everything that we did to this particular kit right the way through down in here, and plus all the gossip and the bits and pieces and questions that are asked at the same time, so you can just go back to it and get up all the details down in there. All right, so very nice way of doing it. We were just saying about this week, it's obviously been a quiet week, so I haven't had much chance to do reviews. The only review we've managed to get up this week is for the actual F16. So we did this one, went up with you on Monday. So that's the Kinetic 1/72 scale F16. Talking to a few people about this kit who've actually built it. Again, this one's got a few different parts in it, I think, than the Suffer, the F16i, because, well, apparently the F16i's got an absolute awful centre spine and things like that for detail. This one seemed to be okay. And you do get two lots of weapons. Another question that came up with me about the weapon sets, you do get two full things of weapons in there as well on this kit, which I know obviously you didn't get with the original version of it. Is it a good kit? Isn't it a good kit? That's totally up to you. I haven't actually built this kit, so I can't possibly comment on that one. I'm just showing you what was in the box, just like that. Anyway, over on the forum, a couple of things just to talk about housekeeping. Some of you, if you're having difficulties getting into any of the group builds and it's saying you need permissions, yet you're in the forum anyway, then shoot me a message. It's just that a couple of the settings were done wrong. The thing is, Andy set it up, and unknown to Andy, the system's changed because obviously it uses the new single sign-in now. So from that point of view, he wasn't aware of it when he set it up. I've gone in there and changed them, but for some reason it's not letting a handful of people, usually the guys who are on lifetime memberships, it's not letting you in. But if you let me know, I can sort you out and make sure we can get you in there just like that. Things that are going on at the moment, obviously you've literally got now 2 weeks until the first group build ends. This one's going to end at the end of the month on the 30th, and this is the On Your Marks group build. Basically anything to do with sports, that's what we said, anything from camel racing through to Formula 1, which a lot of people say is the same. But anyway, 98 are on the go in there, and we've only got 43 finished. Okay, so it'd be great if we could get a bit of a push with those ones and get these final ones finished off. If we just have a look in here at some of the new ones. So if you click on new in here, I'll bring up the last ones that have been put up. Okay, so Richard's done a absolutely fantastic, you can tell I was looking at this earlier, beautiful. This is the 124 scale Ford GT. It's the Fujami kit. Very nice indeed, from the different eras down in there. Very nice, beautiful job on that one. Love the car, absolutely fantastic car. It's like a cheese wedge. Beautiful stuff. Classics, absolute classic lines on that car. Beautiful job on that one, Richard. Congratulations. And also we've got Hasagawa 172nd Mustangs. Sorry, I'll drop down because I've looked at these a minute ago, having a nose. But Brett has done this one. Fantastic, beautiful work on those. Nice to have them in the in-flight as well, with the actual racing line underneath. Fantastic job with those. And again, it's really nice to see these in, you know, anything apart from looking either natural metal finish or olive drab or OD. Okay, and then we've got down in here, we've got Mark, and he's done a fantastic Tamiya. This is the Honda, the RC 213. Very nice indeed, and I love the carbon fibre base for it. That's absolutely gorgeous. Looks fantastic, that. Very, very nice. And again, it's the thing about this is that, you know, all too often we do the bikes and the various things, but it's really nice to see them all marked up like this with the advertising, because it just makes them, it's what it's all about. And again, beautiful work on that. So congratulations to him. That's an absolutely beautiful build. And what else we got? Hurricane. Again, nice to see these in anything but olive drab or normal sort of, you know, RAF markings. Very nice in the blue like last one. So Darren's done this one. This is the Hasagawa kit again, the Hurricane Mark IIc. Okay, last of the many on this one, I think it is. Yep. Beautiful work, very nice with the blue. And it's great how these aircraft went on and had very good careers in air racing and things like that. So beautiful stuff to see those still operational as well. We've got Neil, and he's done the this is the Super Corsair, the F2G 148 scale in the racing. Very nice again, great with the markings to get all of those on. Number 57. Beautiful work, very, very nicely done. Nice paint job, nice markings. Congratulations to him. And what else we got? What else we got? Swamp Rat. We've seen Swamp Rat. That's the Top Fuel racer, if I do believe. Just to check. Yes, we did. We saw that one last week. Beautiful job. We'll just have a recap because it is literally stunning. Beautiful work on that one. Very nicely done, especially with the wiring and all the small little bits added to that one. Great stuff. Beautiful work. Very nicely done on that one. Okay, so that is obviously you've got a couple of weeks on those ones to go through. Remember, everybody who finishes will get the medal and the various things. So as I said, we got 98 on the go, 43 finished. Hopefully we'll get a better than 50% completion rate. We normally do. So if you are in the sort of latter stages and you think you can make it, push through. Remember, everybody gets a medal who takes part and a thank you card from me as well. Sent free of charge from me for everybody taking part in those. All right. And then the next one obviously is only just started really. We've got the Battle of the Bulge, from the beaches to the Bulge I should say, and that obviously ran from 6th of June, which obviously was the commemoration 75th anniversary of D-Day, and it's going to finish on the 25th of January, so you've got literally an extra month in that one to push through and get that one completed off on those. Loads of entries on that. We've got some great stuff going through. Peter's on it like Sonic, and it's amazing he hasn't destroyed it. But he has done the very, very nice, if I just bring us back to the beginning, this is the new Tamiya M10 Achilles. Again, very nice job on that one. I think Matt's planning on building this one as well for a diorama. Again, very nicely done. Very cool build on that one. So congratulations to him on there. The great thing with this one, again, it's one of those ones where you can pretty much do anything you like. That's it. So as long as it was in theatre between those dates, basically 6th of June 44 to the 25th of January 45, it counts. So there's plenty of scope for things going on in there. There's lots of things going on. We've got 53 builds already, and again, it'll be really nice to get a low push through on there. I promise I will. I say it every week, but one day I will. Clearly, I'll get them sorted out. Thing is, it's about 3 or 4 hours work to get them shifted over, so I'll get that sorted out ASAP. If I get some time over the weekend, I'll get that one closed down and moved over. The other one's still going on at the moment. You've got a couple of months on this one. Going to run to the 31st of August. We've got the Rescue Me SIG as well. We've got 3 finishes. We haven't got any new finishes on that one, unfortunately, but we have got 42 on the go. So if you can push through with those guys, that would be absolutely fantastic. Remember, basically, this is anything from first responders, blue light services, whatever you want to call it, anything that's rescue. For me personally, this will be in my entry into it is the Wessex. So we'll be going through with this one because obviously this is the one that's based in Akatiri as the rescue unit. And it even has rescue on the tail, so I'm going with that one. So we can push through with that. So this has been my entry, so I'll get this one finished off and put in next week. And that is about it. As I say, busy week, lots going on behind the scenes, to be honest with you. There's lots of exciting things coming up that we've been working on and been hiding away from you. The eagle-eyed amongst you are probably seeing things happening around my bench with new tools and that, so we'll be talking about those next week. We've got something completely new that we've never done before, very excited about, that me and Matt have been working on with PM Models over the last few weeks with one of our new members, funnily enough, and he's going to be on the live show with us on Thursday. I'll say about it a little bit closer to the time, but anyway, that's something that's going to be coming along, something we're really excited about, and yeah, it's totally left field for most of you, but yeah, really excited about doing that one. But he's going to be on with us on Thursday and with Matt as well, and we'll talk you all through it about what we're up to. Also next week, for you guys that have been asking and getting loads of messages about the paint racks and stuff, that's why I was up with Mark last week. This week I've done the filming from there. We got the new revised workstation. To be honest, it's tiny little tweaks. If you've got one, you won't notice any difference, but it's tiny little tweaks that we've actually done to the workstations, and obviously a lot of it is now that we've got the system set up and Mark's in the new unit, so manufacturing, so we can cut down on everything, mainly the delay. So Mark has them in stock. They can either be sent directly from Mark going out, or from me, or from obviously with PM Models as well, and we can get them out to you ASAP on all of those. So lots of things to come on that. Other last thing to mention is at the end of the month, and I got to remember the date because I can't remember the date. Let me find the date for you. It will be on the 29th, Saturday the 29th, we're going to have an open day, obviously up at the PM stores. We tend to do one every month. The biggest difference with this one is I'm going to do an airbrush course open to anybody. It's free. So if you want to come up, I'm going to take up my airbrushing gear. Well, Matt's got most of mine up there now, but I'll take up some airbrushes, some things like that. And if you want to join in, it's just going to be basically a few hours talking about airbrushing. So if you've got any problems with your airbrush, if you've got anything like that and you are in the area, come along and I'll be up on the mezzanine level. I'm going to set myself up there like a hermit. I'm going to do about airbrushing. So if you've never done it before, you want to have a go, you want to ask any questions, you want me to troubleshoot, you want me to look at your airbrush, anything else like that, come along and do it. It's only on the Saturday, all right? So we're only going to be actually open on the Saturday, and we'll have the usual deals and various things going up there as well. So if you fancy coming along to that one, then please knock yourself out. And again, if you've got anything, things with airbrushing you want to talk about, discuss, have a go, I'll take up all my selection of airbrushes as well, so you can have a go with different airbrushes and see how you get on with those. So that'll be quite an interesting one as well. But that's going to be on Saturday the 29th up there. So yes, another early start for me, making my way up for that one. And that is about it for this week. So it's a busy week next week. Gonna get this guy finished off, and then we're going to be into 2 brand new projects which we'll be working on, that you know one of them, but you certainly don't know about the other one. And as I say, I've made a very small start on that one as well, so quite interesting with that one. Something very special near the end of it, trust me. So lots of fun with that one. Anyway, that's it from me. I will see you all on Monday. Matt and Andy are thinking maybe possibly doing a live show on Saturday. If they are, just keep an eye out on the forum, and then I'll update you if I find out any information from them as we make our way through. Anyway, that's it from me. Happy modelling, take care. Being Friday as always, I'm going to leave you your great work from the gallery from the last 2 weeks. So till Monday everybody, happy modelling. Bye-bye.
I'm wasted, my heart grows heavy. Don't taste me rushing, and keep your words naked. You got me blushing. And you forever I'll follow. You be my holy ground. You forever I'll follow. For the answer.